Welcome, everyone, to the Weird World Podcast. I'm your host, Dean. I have with me special guest.
Okay, Jack.
Carrie.
You're not going to take that, guys, are you?
Sure.
Okay. Today, Carrie is going to treat us with a mysterious story.
You ready?
Please.
I'm going to talk about a woman named Ida Wood.
Okay.
Ida Wood. There's a
Ida
joke
Wood.
in there.
Yeah, there's lots of jokes in there, but we're not going. We're more mature than that. So
She's an old-timey woman because our story starts in 1931.
and because her name is Ida.
True. I think I have some relatives, old-timey relatives named Ida. Ida and
Oh, don't even say it.
Schmida.
Nina.
Okay.
They were twin sisters.
Twins named Ida and Nina.
Yeah, I think Nina's my great-grandmother.
They're-
Great-great-grandmother.
I'm assuming Hitler Youth.
Oh,
No,
goodness
no.
me.
Okay.
Anyway.
American Bund.
No. Anyway, Ida lived with her sister Mary in a rather unusual situation.
Mm.
They were in the Herald Square Hotel.
Oh, I thought
They were-
I thought they married dolphins, and they married like twin dolphins, and that was going to be the story of women who married dolphins. I don't know why I thought that, but
You're weird.
I went right there.
Anyway, they had lived at the Herald Square Hotel. This is in New York City for 24 years.
Oof.
They had a 2-room suite,
Why?
and they had no contact with the outside world until March 5th, 1931, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. 93-year-old Ida,
Finally wanted her bed sheets changed.
she cracked open the door and shouted, "Maid, come here. My sister is sick. Get a doctor. I think she's going to die."
Oh, shit.
Well, she's 90. How old was there?
93, they're twins.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
No, I don't know.
No, they're not twins. That was
Ida and
Nina
Nina.
and
Oh, that's
Pina and Santa Maria. It was,
So, you know,
but they're
that's-
close.
yeah.
So I think she might die. She's got to be at least
At
late
least
80s.
Or in
So-
her early 90s.
Or
Yeah.
older.
Yeah.
So it's probably a good thing.
Well,
At some
geez, I
point,
don't know that I would say
come
it was
on.
a good thing. So, of course, the maid summoned assistance for poor Mary, who was indeed dead.
Oh.
So,
Now I feel bad about what I just said.
yeah, you should. Well,
I don't actually. She's like 90 years old.
yeah, it's kind of the foreseen conclusion there. So then, various people were coming in to Ida's suite. This is room 552. The hotel manager, the house physician of the nearby Hotel McAlpin, and an undertaker, who then brought 2 lawyers from the law firm of O'Brien, Boardman, Conboy, Memhard, and Early.
Nice.
Now, that is the funniest thing ever. I love that thing about lawyer firms.
Yeah.
Law firms, I guess they're called.
I like lawyer firms. Just give you a law firm a name rather than a bunch of
I
names
know.
like Johnson Law Legal or
Yeah.
the Legal Eagles or something like that. Like
Blah, blah, blah.
National Legal Trust or yeah. Don't
How
right?
about Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe?
Yes.
Anyway, the body of Ida's sister Mary was laying on the couch in the parlor covered with a sheet. Also in the room.
And nothing else.
Why?
Sorry, that sounded wrong.
Well, think about it. They'd been living with no contact from the outside world for 24 years.
What are you implying?
Their clothing was probably pretty tattered and,
They didn't
worn.
order it. Well, they had to have food served, things like that. They could have had clothes, or Zappos for shoes, anything. They could have.
Nope.
Amazon delivers to hotel
Yeah,
room.
Carrie. So
Not in
come on.
1931.
That's not that. I haven't researched it, but I'm saying
I have.
Okay.
The room was also crammed full with piles of yellowed newspapers, hundreds of cracker boxes,
See,
balls of used string.
yeah, that seems to be a thing with shut-ins. A lot
Yeah.
of used string, and I don't know what it's been used for, and I don't know.
Cats.
I want to know.
Yeah, I don't
And
know
B, why just you have access to trash. So people, I mean, they've made trash. People must have been taking out their trash, right?
No.
What?
Apparently not.
No, come on.
Stacks of old wrapping paper.
I mean,
Don't know how and why. Maybe
they
some
sent gifts.
packages. I'm not sure.
Yes.
And several large trunks.
Uh-oh. I mean,
Are you going to write for bodies?
no, but in a hoarder place, trunks are any sort of, oh God.
Yeah, trunks
Yeah.
are probably
Like,
bad.
hidden
Those
containers
are
always like real scary.
that trunk is our toenails. That trunk there,
Is all of my cat skeletons.
and that's
Like,
that's the haircut.
Yep.
It's my cut hair. I think if you put it all together, you can make a person.
Well, one of the lawyers, Morgan O'Brien Jr., took the initiative and began talking to hotel employees, trying to figure out who these old ladies were.
Who'd the
And
lawyer work for again? I mean, who were they employed by?
that
Nobody.
crazy
The
firm.
hotel,
Oh.
maybe just.
The hotel that the Undertaker, brought
Okay.
brought them in.
I think I'll bring some lawyers with me, maybe a plumber, an accountant, and possibly a sports agent. I'm not sure, just in case they're needed. It makes more sense at the hotel because.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
figured they're paying their bill somehow, so
Yeah.
they've got money.
Oh yeah, okay. So it might be the family lawyer or something, right? The legal, maybe from way back when.
No.
No. Okay.
Nope.
This mysterious lawyer.
They are very.
man.
I know. I'm obsessed with the lawyer thing.
Because this lawyer, Morgan O'Brien, he was then going to have to figure out who they were, why they were living in a hotel.
Yeah. I guess the hotel management asked no questions as long as they.
As long as they paid their bill.
okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which apparently they did in cash.
So they had a bunch of cash.
Yeah.
How were they not robbed? That's the kind of thing that would get out and go, okay, they must have a bunch of cash in that room. They're two old ladies. We're robbing them tonight, bellboy and fellow bellboy and bellhop. And I'm just, or even assistant manager. I'm not saying it's a class thing. It was probably the assistant manager who did it.
Well, I'm going to tell
Maybe the trunks have the bodies of the people who tried to rob them over the years because they're badass chicks. They knifed him in the spine and
Badass
took care of
granny.
business. I like it. That's how we're going with in the movie version anyway.
Yeah.
It's called artistic license.
Well, anyway, here's some of the stuff that Morgan was able to find out. The manager of the hotel said he had worked at the hotel for 7 years and had never seen them, Ida or Mary. But his records indicated that they had moved into the two-room suite in 1907.
And this is
31.
31.
Along
I'm good at
with
math.
Ida's daughter, Emma.
Oh.
But Emma had already died. She died
Typhus.
in a hospital, I don't know what of,
Tuberculosis.
in 1928. So just 3 years
That's a good
earlier.
bet.
And she was 71.
Yeah. It was a good age to die back then. That's
Back
probably
then, yeah.
more than the average age. I bet you.
71?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back then?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. They always pay their bills in cash. The fifth floor maid said she hadn't ever gotten into the sister's suite at all, and only twice had she been able to persuade them to hand over dirty sheets and towels and accept clean ones through a crack in the door.
In how many years?
Just one maid.
It didn't say how long she
But
lived
presumably
there.
that made years.
But yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Gross.
A bellhop said that for many years it was his habit, to knock on the door once a day and ask them if they wanted anything. Every day they would ask for the same things: evaporated milk, crackers, coffee, bacon, and eggs, which they cooked in like a little makeshift kitchenette in the bathroom.
Ah.
And
Have
occasionally,
they never heard of Top Ramen?
Nope.
That seems like a Hot Pockets.
also
They
did
had
not
I'm sure they had a
exist.
microwave, so they can make some Hot Pockets.
Nope. Occasionally they'd ask for fish, which they ate raw.
Ah.
I don't know how they know this. Maybe
Yeah, how they know they
cooked
raw?
it.
Absolutely.
If
Put
they
it
were
in a
cooking their
stew.
bacon, they could have cooked their fish.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
I think they
But-
cooked their fish. Maybe because they never
I
smelled
mean, this
cooked fish.
came from the bellboy, but
These are some freak ass bitches.
Yeah. I like them.
I do too.
They killed a lot of
The raw
intruders.
fish.
They
The
killed
raw fish
intruders.
Is a little bit too like Gollum to me.
A little bit, yes. Did they have a ring? No.
Ida always tipped the bellhop 10 cents, telling him that money was the last thing she had in the world. So she didn't want him to.
I would have called her bullshit.
Wait, what does that mean?
How you're
Like, basically, I'm giving you my last 10 cents.
Oh, well, that's an obvious lie.
Every
On
day.
the second day,
Right?
and then the third day, and then the fourth day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But then also, bitch, you're paying for this hotel.
Yeah.
And your crackers and evaporated milk and bacon.
And occasional raw fish.
But could you imagine? No vegetables, no fruit.
No. And they live to 90. Don't say that.
Yeah.
No sweet potato.
No.
No nothing.
No kale?
Although, you know,
zanahoria.
Broccoli's very
isn't
good.
eggs one of those things that's
Yes.
is a good thing that you know,
Eggs
if you can only have
and
one thing.
it's like if you ate eggs and bananas, I think, and water, you could live forever. Not
I'd-
technically forever. That's an exaggeration.
Throw a
But-
potato in there.
But you would have all like your nutrition, like sufficient nutrition to thrive
Yeah.
or at least survive.
Yeah. Wouldn't they have rickets?
You would think so?
The sun.
Some vitamin C
No, vitamin D.
and C. I'm thinking of scurvy.
Me too.
Okay, there.
Rickets and scurvy.
Or rickets might be vitamin A, actually. So let me not.
Well, they had occasionally a polar bear liver, and that had plenty of vitamin A for them.
Huh. Apparently they managed.
They just put their arms out in the sun. They had a balcony, I bet you.
Well, they would certainly have windows. I don't know
Okay,
if they
sure.
had a
There you go.
balcony.
So they get their vitamin D through the sun. Come on, Carrie.
From time to time, they also requested Copenhagen snuff,
Whoa. What is that?
Havana cigars, and jars of petroleum jelly,
Well, okay.
which Ida would massage onto her face for several hours each day.
How do they know? Mary said so.
I don't
Who dead?
know.
Who is dead? Or maybe Ida, I guess, said so. And by the way, just so in case you're wondering, the petroleum jelly, that was for my face. Just want to be very clear about that.
Ida was 5 feet tall, and this one thing said she weighed 70 pounds, but I've
Wow.
also seen she weighed like 90 pounds. Like she was 93 and weighed 93 pounds or
So
something
she was
like
skinny.
that.
Oh.
So who knows? She was nearly deaf and very stooped over.
Mm-hmm.
It said, but her face still bore clear evidence of its former beauty. The lawyer said you could see what an extraordinarily pretty woman she once was. Her complexion, in spite of her age, was as creamy and pink and unwrinkled as any as I have ever seen.
Okay.
It was
okay.
like tinted ivory, like a lovely cameo.
This man
So-
want to fuck the granny.
My note here is Ida smoking hot. So
I wish that I had been rubbing petroleum jelly on my face every day,
Honestly, that is not bad.
because then
If
I
your
wouldn't
skin
have
can handle it.
wrinkles. Can I
late.
start now? Would it
Nope,
help?
too late.
Test.
I think so. Maybe
Because if you're prone to milia, it's a no-go.
Botox. Rub Botox.
Millie are those little dots that you get on your face?
Yeah,
I have gotten one or two of those
Me too.
before.
it's genetic.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
My sister had to help me get rid of it.
Mine just went away.
They do just go away, don't they?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyhow, I'm going to try it, but I'm going to use Vicks.
Okay. Yeah. You use Vicks.
Oh, God.
Gary thinks Vicks like cures cancer, toe fungus. I mean, there's nothing it doesn't cure. It's like some people, it's the same about cannabis. She feels that cannabis and Vicks
Cannabis cream
are cure-alls for everything.
did wonders for our dog's little skin cancer.
Didn't keep her alive, though.
Spots.
No, didn't.
Well,
Did
because she didn't die of skin cancer.
Maybe if you gave her Vicks, she'd be alive. So, okay, that's on you.
Ooh.
No, that was cannabis cream.
Maybe if you gave her Vicks, Carrie, in addition to
Well,
it,
she
she'd be
would have
alive
licked
right
it,
now.
Though, so that wouldn't have been good.
It was going to the bladder.
Whatever helps you sleep. Okay.
And
Anyhow, Ida suddenly became very talkative as the undertaker was preparing her sister's body for removal.
scary.
So this is how they found out some things about her. She said she had been a celebrated belle in the South, and she was a prominent socialite in the North. She was married to Benjamin Wood, who was the brother of Fernando Wood, the former mayor of New York and several-time congressman. I'm pretty sure her brother was also, he at the very least was in the New York State Senate. She, besides claiming that she was very poor to the bellhop, had quite a lot of cash stashed in her bedroom. And she told them that.
Okay.
But at first, they all thought she was just senile, that all this stuff she was just making up about, because Benjamin Wood and Fernando Wood, they were very prominent New Yorkers. So they didn't believe her. So Morgan O'Brien, the attorney, called his father, who confirmed that when he was a lawyer in the 1880s, he had known Ida Wood kind of well, both professionally and socially.
How well?
Well, he said she was beautiful, and she was also known to be kind of business savvy, especially for a young woman in the day, and that she was indeed married to Benjamin Wood, who was now deceased. And he had been the owner of the New York Daily News.
New York Daily would be a better name for that. Now, a certain kind of newspaper.
This is different than the current New York Daily News.
Oh.
It's not the same paper.
Well, that's disappointing.
But and that, his brother had been Fernando Wood, the mayor of New York.
The poor name for the New York Daily News would be?
What?
The New York Daily Wood. I thought that was obvious.
Anyway, Morgan's father said he doubted that she was destitute because they were quite wealthy back in the day. And he told his son that he should take her case whether she was able to pay him or not.
Why? For publicity? Was that a thing back then? I've seen Chicago.
Probably.
Lindbergh baby.
Yeah. And she had been very prominent.
I don't know.
What, the lawyer for the baby? What are you talking about? So, lawyers weren't doing free shit back then for Lindberghs. They could pay, man.
I'm just
The
saying,
Lindbergh
publicity
baby.
was a
Yeah, the
thing.
Mongol invasion, obviously.
Publicity was a thing in
I
1931.
Well,
Whenever this
Ida Wood could pay.
Yeah, she had some
Baby could-
cash.
Yes. So he decided he would take her case and started looking into her finances.
What was her case exactly?
I'm not
Yeah.
exactly sure. Probably that.
Wrongful death.
No.
No.
For
But
her 90-year-old sister?
90-year-old.
Okay, no.
she was an elderly, wealthy woman who needed somebody probably to take care of her affairs.
Oh, okay. And
At
like
this
find
point.
out where she had bank accounts
Yeah.
or moolah
Yeah.
or holdings or.
Yeah.
Okay.
And make sure that other people don't take advantage of her.
True.
And her will.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
Estate planning.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly.
Financial advisor.
Yep.
Um,
So a representative from Union Pacific
Oh, God.
told him that the sisters owned about $175,000 worth of stock and hadn't cashed their dividends for at least a dozen years.
Wow.
What? Do you-
Noise. That's
Sounds
some
like
serious
someone I know.
cash. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That
Okay. But
that's some serious cash.
Yep. Especially $175,000 in 1931.
That's what I mean.
do you
Yeah.
get to you get it all if you don't cash out your dividends?
Are you asking, do you get it war? Is that what you're asking?
Do you get it? Or
Yes, your moolah.
Well, they probably were sending them checks,
Yeah.
dividend checks. I don't know,
Oh, yeah.
annually, monthly. I don't know
Depends.
how often.
Quarterly.
My
Depends on the
Yeah,
company.
quarterly
so they
maybe.
just got,
So they probably had stacks of checks somewhere
you
that,
Somewhere.
silly bitch.
that they had never cashed.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that's a whole rigmarole.
It is indeed. It's a let me tell
And in
you.
1931.
You can ask your Aunt Lisa about that process.
Nope, not going to do that.
Then he decided to look into the sale of the New York Daily News, and he learned that Ida sold the paper in 1901 to the publisher of the New York Sun for more than $250,000.
Damn.
In
So she got some
$1931.
1901.
Oh, one. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, so that gets stuck in a bank somewhere making some sweet interest or something like that. I don't know.
That's probably at least.
Well, not for long.
Oh.
An old acquaintance had said that she sold all of her valuable possessions that she had acquired over the years, furniture, sculptures, paintings, tapestries, all that kind of stuff. An officer at the Guaranteed Trust Company remembered her coming into the bank in 1907. I guess there was a big financial panic.
The Panic of 1907, sure.
Oh my God.
Are you saying this because you know this?
No?
Let's say yes.
It says at the height of the financial panic.
Yeah, there was one. There's a
Okay.
panic every 6 years or so back then. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Every Republican president.
It's called capitalism. Seriously, it has a panic every few years. Completely unfettered capitalism had constant panics.
Well, she was scared, and so she demanded all of the money in her account in cash and stuffed all of it into a big bag, almost $1 million.
Damn. So she brought that to the hotel
Yes,
with her then. $1
1907.
million cash.
Yep. She declared that she was tired of everything, and that's when she checked into the Herald Square Hotel and basically disappeared for the rest
With
of
her
her
sister
life.
at the time, or her sister come later? And her
with
daughter?
with her sister. Yeah. and
Was it her daughter or her sister's daughter? I forget.
Her daughter.
Her daughter.
So now we're going to find out where Ida came from in the beginning.
So wait, she came to the hotel in 1907.
Seven.
How old was she? I forgot her birth date.
I didn't say she was born in 1838 though.
So it's 38. So she was 69. So her daughter is presumably like, I don't know, in her 40s or something like that. The daughter's the weirdest part of this equation.
Yeah.
Sure, Mom, I'll come with you and Aunt Mary to live for the rest of my life in a dingy-ass hotel and change our sheets twice.
Well,
It
was
sounds like her daughter,
obviously
didn't get married or anything.
a very crazy
Still.
family.
Man.
They were all collectively very weird.
A little
Yeah.
Grey Gardens-ish.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
little Edie.
Yeah.
Where's the pate?
Well, Ida first came to New York in 1857.
That's too long ago. I can't.
She was 19 at the
19. She was a belle.
time.
She
She
was
was a
a
Southern Belle.
Debutante from Georgia. South
When she go
Carolina.
north.
Louisiana.
Louisiana. Damn it.
Louisiana.
That was my next guess.
She was determined to become a New York socialite.
Okay.
So she listened to, the gossip,
NPR. Oh,
studied the society pages.
Learned how to dance the jitterbug. I don't know things about time.
Well, she heard
The waltz.
Benjamin Wood's name
I bet she
frequently
did.
mentioned. He was a 37-year-old businessman and politician who was known for having extramarital affairs.
Hmm.
what a great thing for your husband to be known. for.
Yeah.
Mhm. At
Hey,
the-
how do you hear I'm famous? What is it, dear? Nothing. Never mind.
I'm a great chess player.
Yeah.
At the time, he was on his second wife, Delia. She decided she wanted to become his mistress.
Wait.
No.
Ida did.
Ida
Yes.
did.
Okay.
So she knew he was married.
Yeah.
She figured they would probably never cross paths in, just going about their business. So she decided to write him a letter.
Oh, I thought she
That's-
arranged to bump into him on the street or something like that.
No.
That's the smarter way to do it. Like, oh, excuse me, and then like she drops her parasol, and she turns around and picks up her parasol. I think you know what this goes to.
Ida was direct.
She said,
Dear sir, I would like to suck you off.
May 28, 1857. Mr. Wood, sir, having heard of you often, I venture to address you from hearing a young lady, one of your former loves, speak of you.
Mm.
She says you are fond of new faces.
And other things too. I would like to polish your wood.
I fancy that, as I am new in the city and in affairs de coeur, I don't know what that means.
Affairs
Of
of
the
the heart.
Oh, that I might
what?
contract an agreeable intimacy with you.
Oh, wow. She was pretty direct. And
Told you.
after you said the word contract, there are a lot of ways that could have gone. And maybe did, given his reputation.
Also, syphilis.
That was my point. That was kind of what it was.
Of as long duration as you saw fit to have it.
Mm.
I believe that I am not extremely bad looking nor disagreeable.
She said, I ain't ugly. You can tap.
I smell okay.
Perhaps not.
Tap in.
And I know my way around wood.
Perhaps,
Call me a carpenter. Sorry.
perhaps not quite as handsome as the lady with you at present,
Wow.
but I know a little more.
Oh my God.
And there is an old saying,
Damn.
knowledge is power.
Damn.
Okay, girl, you're getting cliche. Wrap it up.
Still.
If you
She's
would-
Sex in the City 150 years before Sex in the City.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's Samantha Down.
That's impressive.
If you would wish an interview, address a letter to, I don't know.
Ding ding ding.
It doesn't say the actual address. Number
4231 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
number something Broadway,
1313 Dead End Drive.
stating what time we may meet.
P.S. I have enclosed a pair of my crotchless knickers.
I know. So that's how you get dick in 1905. You
Yeah.
I don't
just-
think that's the normal way.
You say, hey, carrier pigeon. Whisper, whisper, whisper.
This was 1857.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
you're
a
right.
very.
Shit,
He's like
sorry.
he is fully engorged just reading this letter at that time. He's
Well, like
guaranteed.
I said,
He's
even
like,
though
what the fuck? This is happening.
he was married to a second wife, he did wish an interview,
Yeah, he did.
You
and
addressed it.
he was pleasantly surprised to find that she wasn't bad looking at all.
I like that. I'm not as hot as your current.
No.
But
well, I took
I
cancer
can
to be a
do
bit of
certain
an insult.
things.
Yep, under promise, over deliver.
There you go. There you go.
She knew what she was doing.
Like delivery drivers.
Yep.
Okay.
And the time, you know how they say it's gonna take a little bit longer than it might. So when they are here a little earlier, they're like, "Oh my god, yay!"
Comcast does that too. Here's an outage in your area. It's going to last 7 hours, and like an hour later, it's over, and you think, "Oh my god, that's
Right.
no." And in fact, you had no power or no cable for an hour, and that's bullshit. Sorry.
Anyway,
But I'm right.
Ida was a slim girl with long black hair and sad, languorous eyes.
Languorous eyes.
and a Brazilian.
She told Benjamin she was the daughter of Henry Mayfield, a Louisiana sugar planter, and Anne Mary Crawford, a descendant of the Earls of Crawford, whoever they were. Everybody knows the
Earls of
Earls.
You guys, she sounded more and more like that girl in school who had a boyfriend that went to another school. And he's going to visit, but then on the
He's
plane,
in college.
he doesn't. Like, he breaks his arm and he can't come anymore. Like,
Yep.
girl,
He's at Harvard Law.
prove it. I want to pick.
Well, Benjamin didn't care. She became his mistress immediately.
Mm.
And then 10 years later, in
Damn.
1867, after his wife finally dies,
Yeah.
Finally.
At
They
the
get
ripe
married.
old age of 47.
I know.
they had a daughter. Well, no, because at the time she was, 29 when they
Well,
finally got married.
you know,
so she was young.
Untreated syphilis that he gave
Yep.
to her, I'm sure.
No, the wife. died.
former wife, yeah.
That was pretty hard.
They had a daughter, Emma, on whom they doted.
Mm.
And nobody really paid attention to the fact that she was born before they got married.
Well, one didn't then, did they? Well, actually, yes, they did.
Yes,
Never mind.
they
Okay.
did.
As
Limburg, baby, go.
As the mistress and then wife of Mr. Wood, she, of course, had access to New York's social elite.
Sure. He was big time.
She danced with the Prince of Wales during his 1860 visit to
I
New
bet
York.
she did. He also was a well-known womanizer.
During the presidential campaign, she met Abraham Lincoln
Mm.
and his opponent, whose name escapes me, but you should know.
His opponent for presidency or Senate? What year?
Presidency, 1857.
1860 or 61, something like that.
In the presidential race?
Yeah.
That would be Douglas MacArthur. No, it would be
No.
Stephen Douglas.
Not Douglas.
No.
Stephen Douglas.
Stephen
Are
Douglas.
you sure?
Positive.
Isn't
He was his
somebody-
opponent in the Senate race of 1858
I'm sure
and for
he's
presidency in
wrong.
1860.
Oh, huh.
He was the primary. He was the Democratic nominee.
Anyway.
You fuck with me on political history? Because
I
bring
know,
it.
right?
Bring it.
I don't recall that
I'll
being
come
the
at you
name.
like a spider monkey.
Anyway, Abraham Lincoln had stopped in New York on his way from Illinois to Washington. Oh, it was after. He was president-elect.
So
Okay.
64?
No.
No, 1860.
Why did they say this?
Anyway, reporters called her a belle of New Orleans and just thought she was beautiful. Every afternoon around 4 o'clock, with 2 liveried footmen, she went for a carriage ride
Tits out. She was famous.
to the Manhattan Club, where she would call on her husband, Benjamin. He would come out of the club and join her, and they would sit in the carriage as they rode along Fifth Avenue, tilting her fringed parasol, just like you said. She did have a parasol.
You know
Little
she's.
Tingy baby.
You know she's doing the other hand.
Dean.
Well, I mean, Carrie, she had a reputation.
Jesus.
She had to maintain that rep.
It sounds like they had a lovely marriage.
I'm sure they did.
Like they really loved each other and they were very happy. There was a huge issue, however. Ida was great at saving money. Benjamin, on the other hand, he was pretty careless with money. Good thing he made a lot of money.
That's what you got to hide the money from him then.
And he was an avid gambler.
Oh, that's not good.
He played cards for very high stakes, one time even wagering the Daily News.
Woof.
Luckily, he won that hand.
He meant just a newspaper, an issue, not the whole entire
He
newspaper.
meant the whole entire thing.
okay.
He would often write letters to Ida apologizing for his bad gambling habits, signing them, "Unfortunately for you, your husband, Ben."
Why? Didn't they live in the same house?
Yeah,
You
but
just tell her that.
Well,
By the way, I almost lost the paper. My bad.
but then, of course, the next day he'd be right back at the gambling hall where he would sometimes win and sometimes lose large sums of money at roulette. One time he came home, woke Ida up, spread $100,000 across their bed, and giddily insisted she count it. So she figured out ways to deal with her husband's gambling addiction. Lots of times she would wait outside the club. So if he won, she was there and she would demand half of his winnings. If he lost, she charged him for making her wait. She promised not to interfere with his gambling as long as he continued to give her half of everything he won. He put all of his property in her name. He got to the point where he would ask her for money.
Jeez.
And she gave it to him in exchange for a controlling interest in his newspaper.
Jesus. Age.
Yeah.
Ida.
She's a smart woman. So she developed an interest in the newspaper and started writing for it. So she wrote for the paper for a while. She became one of the first female publishers in the newspaper industry.
I'm assuming a lot of recipes and maybe some features, some soft features on debutantes, that kind of thing.
I have no idea what she wrote about.
Next.
I was making a joke. I was making a misogynistic joke.
I know.
We know.
Benjamin died in 1900, and the New York Times wrote, "It was said yesterday that Mr. Wood possessed no real estate and that his personal property was of small value." Which was true because everything was in Ida's name.
I wonder if...
Wow.
What the inheritance tax, if there's any kind of inheritance tax at the time, and that really was a little more of a tax avoidance thing than it was her, forcing him to give her everything. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm speculating, but it could be some mythology around that. Well, right? That'd be one way of doing it to avoid inheritance tax. Presumably, your much younger wife, right? She was 18 years younger than her.
Yeah. And I'm assuming there were not community property was not a thing back then.
I don't know. I'm not an early American tax lawyer.
You're not?
No.
I thought you were.
No.
Anyway, she was a wealthy widow by now. She traveled the world, wore extravagant clothes and jewelry, had her own money and property in her name. She was well respected, and somehow she ended up in that hotel room.
Wait, we don't know?
Yeah, we do know. She's said, fuck it. I'm done.
I know.
I'm out.
That's it.
She became paranoid.
Yeah.
Basically is what happened. And her mental state began to deteriorate. But it was mostly the financial panic of 1907.
Oh, so she lost a lot of money?
And she was overwhelmed. So she withdrew all the money in her name, like we said before, from the banks, sold her real estate, and that's when she sold the newspaper. Okay. And so, she had basically $1 million in the bank. I don't know how many millions that would be today. Probably hundreds of millions, right?
I can check.
Wow, maybe not hundreds of millions, but tens of millions for sure. She also would have. Well, that's interesting because this is before the FDIC. So when the bank went under, you lost everything.
Yeah.
So that would. So she's probably paranoid about that.
Yeah.
28 million.
Oh shoot. I undervalued that. I overvalued that.
Yeah.
Hi. How so?
I thought it would have been hundreds of millions.
$7 trillion.
Well, so the lawyer sent, an underling over back to the hotel.
Wow, Carrie. How about an associate, a colleague, but now an underling, a peon, a nobody, a loser.
A piece of shit.
This guy's name was Harold Wentworth.
And you know his name. I see. But he's an underling to you, Carrie. A little bit elitist.
And when he would go to the hotel to visit with Ida, he would bring her fresh roses every time. Sometimes she would put them in a tin can of water. Other times she just snapped off the buds and tossed them over her shoulder.
Jeez, lady. She said, fuck, I'm going to do with this.
They also hired 2 private detectives to stay in the room next door to her and keep a 24-hour watch over her.
For what?
Why?
I don't
never
know.
leaves.
So this is after her sister's died. She's been discovered. What were they?
I don't know.
Discovered.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean,
essentially,
but that's a funny way to
she
say it.
disappeared from the world, effectively.
Yeah. Me as hell. Catch me.
Because she was a pretty well-known person. If she's the publisher of a big newspaper and the widow of a famous
to prominent
rich guy, she'd be fairly well-known.
Yeah, but it had been 24 years and she just dropped out of sight. So.
When she disappeared, she was a big deal. You think that would have been stories and where is Ida?
Yeah,
kind of a thing.
Know.
Probably locally.
Well, yeah, locally here's New York, so
yeah, I know.
If it's in New York, they think everything that's important to them is important to everybody in the world. It's New York.
For 7 years, between 1900 after her husband died in 1907, she was traveling and doing all that kind of stuff. So who knows? Okay. She could have been out of the country for a good portion of the time.
She was in Monaco.
Probably.
Yeah. So anyway, Harold would go visit her while she smoked one of her slender Havana cigars, slathering her face with petroleum jelly.
That seems like a fire hazard.
Complaining she can't hear.
No.
It's oil-based. Petroleum jelly. It's going to catch on fire. Her whole face.
It's not flammable.
I still feel like
flammable.
I wouldn't do it.
She complained she couldn't hear, so Harold would be shouting at her about uncashed dividend checks, hoarded cash, the possibility of robbery, which is probably why they had the detective staying next door. and how she really should let the maid come in to clean her rooms.
Every single day, or at least once a week.
So at this point, they were trying to keep it kind of quiet, but news of Ida being in the hotel did get out. And one day, a man named Otis Wood came to Morgan O'Brien's office. Oh. He identified himself as the son of Fernando Wood.
He wants the monies.
And therefore a nephew of Ida's. And he said he would like to help take care of her.
Oh, my God. I don't like this at all.
Well, the firm took him, his 3 brothers, and several of their children as clients.
Jesus.
Because they knew how much money was at stake here. Soon, Benjamin Wood's son from his first marriage and some of his children also came forward and hired their own lawyers.
For what? Are they trying to get her money?
Yeah.
What bastards?
There were over 1,100 claimants arguing that her money belonged to them.
That makes no sense. So, like, she shouldn't have, because she got it from Benjamin Wood, her husband, she shouldn't have had it. It's actually ours because we were his direct family kind of thing?
Well, she doesn't have any heirs, right? Her sister, her daughter is dead.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but she could,
money came.
She can give it to whoever she wants in her will. She can give it to the Humane Society if she wanted to, and should have, given that the fact these sound like a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
Well, they all agreed.
She could give it to a cat.
Just fund a bunch of local newspapers.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, they all agreed that the best way to help her was to have her declared incompetent.
Jesus.
And in September 1931, she was.
No, this is like Britney Spears all over again.
Well, this is back when you can have a woman declared incompetent by
Yeah.
pretty much just writing something out on a napkin.
Yeah.
And it was legally binding.
They actually did find a will. I forget, it was dated. I think it was dated in the late 1800s. And it named her heirs as her sister Mary and her daughter Emma.
They're dead.
So they were both dead.
Dead as hell.
So that didn't help.
No. But at this point, she could have easily made a will. Her lawyer should have said, look, there's a bunch of people going after your money. I mean, he should have known they'd probably try to have her declared incompetent.
Yeah.
You need to make a will ASAP that puts none of them on it. And that'll disincentivize them from going after her.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it wouldn't going after her money, but at least it'd be harder for them to get it.
Yeah. Protection.
Well, they did hire some nurses to come help her, and they moved her to a suite of rooms directly below the ones that she was living in because they were so dirty and gross.
They just burned that entire floor.
She cried as they were escorting her downstairs, saying, "Why? I can take care of myself." Which she could.
Yeah. She'd been doing it for a long time. 90 years.
Well, after they moved her out, probably another reason was they wanted to search it, which they did. Inside an old shoebox, they found $247,200 in cash.
Jeez. That was what's left from the million?
Mostly in $1,000 and $5,000 bills.
Yeah, it's still weird how back when money was worth way more, they had much bigger denominations in circulation than they do now.
What was she ever going to do with $1,000 and $5,000 bills?
People
go to Sotheby's.
You'd be surprised. They were in circulation.
Here, kid, take it to the store and get my crackers.
No, but you go to banks and things like that and spend them. There were those. Now the highest bill they have in circulation is $100 bill, but back then there were $1,000, $5,000.
Yeah,
there was once a $100,000 bill. I don't think that was in circulation, but.
Well, they thought that was all, that $247,000. But then the next day, when a nurse tunneled a hand up Ida's dress while she slept.
Hold on.
What the?
Do you want to say that again?
Just gonna glaze over that?
Just say that again. Start.
A nurse tunneled her hand up Ida's dress while she slept. She found an oilcloth pocket holding $500,000 in $10,000 bills.
Oh my God. So she was always sleeping with the greatest part of her fortune. So far.
So that's about $750,000.
Yeah. So unless they didn't find it, so they spent $250,000, 24 years.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, $250,000. Yeah, $250,000. So that would be about $10,000 a year, roughly.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, so then they examined.
That's doable. That's a lot of evaporated milk.
Yeah.
A lot of tips.
10-cent tips.
Dime tips. I mean, yeah, I think they had more money. They didn't look hard enough. I think people might have lifted a little bit because they should have had a lot more money.
It's very possible.
Yes.
They looked in those 54 trunks. Some were stored in the basement of the hotel and some were in a warehouse. but in them they were like fine lace from Ireland, Venice, and Spain, a bunch of exquisite gowns, necklaces, watches, bracelets,
Well,
tiaras.
never mind. Maybe that's where all the money went.
Maybe.
Yep. Several $1,000, $5,000, and $10,000 gold certificates dating back to the 1860s.
Okay, there you go.
So more money there.
Jesus H.
A gold-headed ebony stick, which was a Wood family heirloom that had been a gift from President James Monroe.
Can we still make a claim on this? Is it too late?
It is too late.
Oh, damn it.
An 1867 letter from Charles Dickens to Benjamin Wood.
Wow.
Those trunks were taken to Harriman National Bank, where the contents were placed in vaults. And in an old box of stale crackers, they discovered a diamond necklace worth $40,000.
I would look through every empty can of evaporated milk and box of crackers and in that entire hotel room at that point.
Well, they went so far as to dig up her sister's coffin.
She thought she snuck some stuff in her dress?
Yep. But they didn't find anything.
No.
There was nothing there.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is, but it's necessary.
Yep. So then,
No,
of
it's not.
course,
I believe it is.
Not for money. Fuck your money. Leave it in the ground, bitch.
Just saying. Some would have, if they didn't do it, someone else would have illegally. So
No.
it's really for the best.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
anyway, reporters.
Oh, you should have had it be where when they dug it up, she had scratches on the top of the coffin. That would have been fabulous.
What if she had one of those anti-burial live coffins?
Yeah.
With the ring-a-ding bell.
With the
In
bell,
the movie with
yeah.
the intruders being killed, we're going to have Mary buried alive.
Or the
I'm
bellows.
just saying that.
Okay. Anyway,
Her fingernails are to a nub. They dried blood on all of her fingernails. Yeah.
Calm down, Poe.
when nurses would bring her food, she'd ask, "How much did this cost?" If the answer was more than $1, she pushed it away and said, "It's too much. Take it back. I won't eat it."
I hate misers.
She wanted her crackers and bacon.
It's like, bitch, you have hundreds of thousands of dollars
Yes.
stowed
I
away
know.
in your raggedy dress.
Yeah.
Open your
Sometimes when the nurses weren't looking, she would go over to a partially open window and she'd try to scream outside. This was, I guess, Herald Square. There was lots of traffic below. She'd yell, "Help, help, I'm a prisoner. Get me out of here."
Bitch, what if somebody took you seriously? They would come up and do the last thing you want.
It would have been hilarious.
And then they'd try to help her, and she'd say, "What's your name?" They say, "I love the name," and they'd get $100,000 in a will. So
Other times, she treated the nurses nicely and would confide things in them and, get sharing memories. She told them she was a Mayfield and that they used to spell it Maifield in the old days. She said she grew up in New Orleans, a wonderful city. Her mother had a very good education. She spoke German, Spanish, and Italian and wanted Ida to be educated too, so she sent her to a boarding school in New Orleans. I don't know why, if she lived there, why she'd have to go to a
just
boarding school there. But
That's how it was
Bugged
back
her.
then.
Wanted
I
out of
guess
the house.
it was.
Annoyed the shit out of her.
So letters from her Southern Mayfield relatives began to pour in.
Yep.
Ida was too blind to read them herself, but they were all, and then they were also getting letters from Crawfords claiming
Good
that
Lord.
they could prove that they were related through the branch of the Earls of Crawford.
So the lawyer is reading these letters to her saying, "Please give this nice young man $100,000 cash to come bring to me." That's what it says, Ida. So you should just give me the money. I'll bring it to her. Trust me. And boom.
If these people identified themselves, they would ask Ida if she had ever heard of the writers, and Ida would always say, "I've never heard of them."
Well, yeah, because she's 90 years old. The
Yeah.
third generation. She hasn't been in contact with them for 75 years or 71. I don't know.
Well, I think Ida was real sad at this point, probably because she was alone and her daughter and her sister were gone. Yeah. So she was basically just waiting to die. She didn't bother to dress. She wore a nightgown and ragged slippers all day. She stopped fighting them when they kept trying to take her temperature and stuff like that. And she was real stubborn, but she just lost her will. She had nothing left. And
except $700,000.
Well, yeah. So She finally died on March 12th, 1932. And then the lawyers finally unraveled the truth.
So she lived on for
About
8
her
more
life.
years being tended to by lawyers. You said 1932?
Yeah.
So she came out of the hotel in 1924, I thought, right?
No, her sister died in
31.
1931,
My bad.
after 24
So,
years.
Like not even a year. Okay.
They found out that her father wasn't Henry Mayfield, the prominent Louisiana sugar planter, at all, but Thomas Walsh, a poor Irish immigrant who had settled in Walden, Massachusetts. Oh, not Walden, Malden.
So she's a complete fraud.
Yep.
Yep. See what I mean?
like
Her
it.
boyfriend goes to another school.
In the 1840s. In fact, she was born in Ireland. And she and her sister Mary, I think, were both born in Ireland. And the family came over together. Her mother had very little formal education.
Yeah.
Grew up in the slums of Dublin. Ida's real name was Ellen Walsh. And when she was in her teens, she adopted the last name Mayfield because she liked the sound of it.
Oh my God.
And misspelled it with an I.
Yeah.
And her sister, Mary, did the same thing, took her name too. Emma was her daughter, supposedly with Benjamin Wood. Wasn't actually her daughter at all,
Really?
but her youngest sister.
Oh.
And clearly her husband knew about this.
Yeah.
One story that I read said that Emma was Benjamin's daughter by another woman. But I don't think that's true at all. I think she really was her sister.
Her sister from another mister?
Yes. So, towards the end of Ida's life, she shared one final memory with her nurses. She said when she was a young girl, she noticed a sign in a storefront window that said, "Your future and fortune told." She saved up enough money to go in,
A penny.
and the old gypsy seer,
Yikes.
They were for Romany.
not back in those days,
They did. They just weren't called that.
looked at her palms and said, "My dear, you're going to be a very lucky girl. You're going to marry a rich man and get everything you want out of this life."
Yeah, that never happened.
She made it.
That's as factual as everything in an autobiography.
Well, they
Yeah, she did, but that never happened.
discovered that all of these Woods and Mayfields and Crawfords were not actually related to Ida.
Oh, yeah.
So they did search for her rightful heirs. And,
The Irish Walshes.
And they found 10 people in Ireland, England,
Oh, my God.
and some in the United States. And they were each sent a check for, one thing I read from the New York Times said $55,000.
Jesus, it's 1932.
And another
This is
said,
oh, my God. Can you imagine?
or maybe a couple years later. Probably
Okay,
took them
still.
a while to track everybody down.
the
But,
depths
30s.
of the Depression, you suddenly get $50,000.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, it was either 55,000 or 90,000.
okay,
I also
so-
saw
Wow.
90,000.
that's several $1 million.
But there's also
Yeah.
quite a chunk of change missing there.
There's a ton. Well, that's called
Yeah.
lawyers.
Yep.
So, not
Yep.
surprising.
Lawyers and nurses and
Oh, my.
private detectives.
Oh, my.
Yep.
That's, so she was just a complete, she decided,
She just made it all up.
that's a brilliant idea, though, right?
Yeah.
To be, you're a debutante, you're from high society.
Yeah.
That's how you get into high society, and you
Well-
make yourself available. And she did.
And you write a very blunt letter
Yeah.
to a prominent businessman.
If only we could do that now in 2020.
Well, you could.
Not with the internet.
That's true. Damn it.
Yeah,
Damn you, internet.
it's harder
It's
to
nearly
make
impossible.
it up and not be discovered.
Everybody's going to find your Facebook post from 2011. Talk about Kesha.
I
We
love it.
found out.
And that's it.
That's it's quite a story, Carrie.
I know.
Mhm. Ida crazy.
I
She's
like
great.
Ida.
She said, "You know what? Get me a little bit of that cash from these rich assholes."
Yeah. I'd have been friends with her.
It sounds like, I mean, nothing that I read said one way or the other, but I like to think that they had a happy marriage,
Sure, why not?
that they made it work.
I mean, he was down to lie about her younger sister being his daughter.
Oh, that
Yeah.
stuff happened all the time. I'll bet you.
Now you're casting aspersions on
Everybody.
a century, the 19th century. That's great.
Usually it's parents raising, their teenage daughter's baby as their daughter.
As their daughter. Yeah. Oh, surprise.
Yeah. Well, I think what happened.
You had menopause 3 years ago. No, it turns out false alarm.
I had read after she moved to New York, I don't know, her parents must have split up or something because her father ended up in San Francisco. He died in San Francisco fairly young at like 54 or something like that. And Ida brought her mom and Mary and Emma to live in New York. They lived in Brooklyn. And then, I don't know, maybe when her mom died or something, because the lawyers found like lots of letters and records and receipts and stuff in Ida's papers. And so they found like receipts for undertakers for her father's burial, and then a burial of a 13-year-old boy with the last name Walsh, who was clearly her younger brother who drowned back in Massachusetts.
Damn.
And so she was paying for those things. Yeah.
So she was in touch with the family.
Yeah.
She stayed in touch with the family.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay. All right.
Secrets.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Carrie, for that
You're
delightfully entertaining story of the shut-in of New York.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good title. We'll work on that.
No.
We're going to workshop that. But thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing to add.
Thank you for listening. That's a strange one. I never heard of that story.
Me neither.
Let's make it. I think it'd be Hallmark Hall of Fame movie right there. Boom. Let's cast it. Go.
Yeah.
Who's
honestly.
Ida? I'm going to go with
Brittany Snow. What?
Brittany Snow. I don't even know how that is. I'm going to go.
If it was a few years earlier, it could have been Jessica Tandy.
Well, there'll be young Ida and old Ida. So Jessica Tandy, or her ghost, as old Ida. And young
Jessica
Ida
Tandy.
could be.
Oh, no, Shirley MacLaine.
Shirley MacLaine. Yep. She's a good old Ida. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Young Ida would be what?
How old is young Ida?
Young Ida could be Prue from Charmed.
Shannon
She's too
Doherty?
old.
Oh,
And
no.
not acting
Holly
anymore,
Marie
so-
Combs.
No.
Is that her
That's
name?
Piper.
That's
Piper. I'm sorry, I don't know my
Really?
Charmed sisters. But yeah, why not? She does that kind of thing.
No,
she
she's
needs
too
work.
old.
She needs. Oh, really? Oh, the 19-year-old Ida?
Yeah.
No, we got a 19-year-old Ida.
19.
We got a
Saoirse
we got a
Ronan.
30, 40ish year old Ida. You gotta follow her
Saoirse
through.
Ronan. Perfect.
Okay,
Saoirse
she's
Ronan.
19-year-old Ida. I'm gonna go Holly Marie Combs for 40-year-old Ida.
Yes.
No.
I just want to. I want to get her
Oh.
work. She needs a job, and we're trying to help her out here. I don't know.
Because she's bad mouthing the new Charmed.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Why?
I don't know.
None of your business.
He
Piper?
badmouthed the old Charm too, so they're not on the same
Yeah.
side.
Not a fan.
Hello, where can they find us?
Weird World Podcast on everywhere on the internet and Instagram and Facebook and at gmail.com.
Thank you, Carrie.
You're welcome, Dean.
Goodbye, everyone. Until next time, keep it weird.
Ew. Have fun. Don't
Thank
die.
you. Thank you.
Don't die? What?
That's just the truth. It's 2020.
Yeah.
That's not a good way to end this.
It might be 2021 by now.
Hey, as Matthew McConaughey would say, keep on living.